This estate you see right now represent the Africa that you don't see on TV. And when I say Africa, it's super huge. This estate that you see right now is the Kenya you don't see on TV. And anytime we show you beautiful estates, you guys are trying to tell us that, you know what, this is beautiful, this is in Africa, but it's not made by an African. You know what, this is why I'm here. This estate that you're seeing right here was developed and built by an African woman, and I just can't wait to go and speak to her for her to share her story with me. I know and believe that you will be inspired as much as I am going to enjoy this amazing interview. Do me a favor, if you are new to the channel, like this video, it's very important. And since I'm going to speak to a woman, you know how we do it, you need to share so that it will inspire many young women out there. And don't forget to subscribe and be part of the million family. Let's hit 1 million, and if you hit 1 million, which means that our stories will reach billions of people. Thank you so much, and come with me as I go talk to the young inspiring woman who developed this beautiful estate that you see on your screen. Thank you. Leah, I want to know, how do you feel anytime you come in here?
My eyes are filled with tears. I remember the journey where it started, from the dream, from the tears, the heartache, the doubts. Is it ever gonna be achieved? And to come and see that what I dreamt of, what I prayed for, that I will have houses that are filled with families, with children playing outside, with women enjoying their kitchens and husbands enjoying their spaces, that it has come to be. And I thank the Lord that indeed, once He puts dreams in our hearts, that we have what it takes to move forward, to go for it, and those dreams are attainable. And so when I come here and I see children and I see families living here, I bless the Lord, and I know that whatever we dream of, we can achieve it.
What inspires you?
I'm inspired every day to become a better person, to become a better me, that my day today is going to be better than it was yesterday, to strive for better, to strive to do well, to strive to be, as an entrepreneur in this country, to employ more people, to create more jobs, to grow my economy, and that the economy of Africa will be grown, and the narrative of Africa gets changed, and it can only be changed by us as Africans.
And how does it feel like being a female entrepreneur?
It's amazing. We have potential, whether I mean a female entrepreneur, a male entrepreneur. We have the answers for Africa, and I feel as a woman, I'm a born nurture. I'm a nurture. We birth, we bring up our children, we bring up our families. So we have what it takes to grow and bring up life and birth good, huge dreams and big dreams, and take Africa to the next level.
Do you know that you're one of the most inspiring women that has ever lived in Africa?
Wow, that's very humbling for you to say.
Has anyone ever told you that?
Yeah, I think a lot of my friends say that people need to hear you, people need to, know your stories, and yeah, it's inspiring.
You look so young though.
I am not young.
but what you've been able to achieve, I think it deserves a round of applause, man.
Oh.
Can you all help me clap for her?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to know, my first question here, when you hear the name Africa, what comes into your mind?
I think resources, resourceful. I think beauty. I think a lot of potential. Yeah, I feel like we have a lot of potential as Africa, as a continent. We are very resourceful. We have a lot of resources within us, and we also have resources in us as a people. Africans are very hardworking. We are very diverse, and if we only looked within us, we have the answers for the world.
You have the answer for Kenya. You know what you've done? I think a lot of people need to know what you've done. First of all, before I tell people what you've done, my name is Wadamaya, the one and only annoying village boy from Ghana. I heard about you. A lot of people are telling me you cannot go to Kenya without talking to Leah. Is your name Leah?
Yeah, Leah.
What is your full name, by the way?
Leah Wamboi.
Leah Wamboi.
Yeah.
And are you born and raised in Kenya?
Yes, born and raised. I'm a Kenyan girl.
Oh, a Kenyan girl. You ever left Kenya?
Never. Just to visit.
Just to
business
visit?
trips, but I've never lived outside Kenya.
You've never lived abroad?
No, never.
So whatever you've achieved, you achieved it right here in Kenya?
Yes.
So does it mean that it's possible in Kenya?
Oh, definitely. We have all the resources. We have what it takes to make it in Africa.
Where we are right now, this is an estate that was built and developed by Leah Wamboi. You know what? Tell me something. Let us know how it all started. I mean, were you born a developer?
No.
You schooled in Kenya?
Schooled in Kenya, yeah.
After school, what happened?
Like I said, I've lived in Kenya. I have not left the country. But growing up, I grew up in entrepreneurial family. My mother was an entrepreneur. My uncles, my aunties, that's what I saw. They were business people. And I really admire that. But there's one particular person that I really admired throughout my life. And that was my auntie. She's the sister to my mother. And when my mom passed on at the age of 16, she took me in and she brought me up. But even when I was a little girl, I always wanted to be like her. I admired that she would travel the world and she looked nice. She had very nice things. And I always wanted to have nice things and, you know, everything nice, like in a nice house, in a nice car, looking nice. She always looked very nice. So growing up with her, holidays I would go, she had a shop, I would go to the shop and she was a distributor for various things. So I would go to the shop and I think I honed some business skill from her.
Okay.
So when I finished school, I was to go to campus, but I dropped out because there were no resources. And I got a job as a receptionist. So I started there. And I remember within the first few months, I realized that I think I didn't want that. I would want to get into the business world because what I dreamed of, and when I looked at my colleagues there, the amount of money that they were making, I felt maybe that's not what I want for the rest of my life. I wanted more and I wanted much better. So immediately I talked to my auntie. I said I would want to start out something like what she was doing in Mombasa. I would want to start it in Nairobi, but the amount of money that she could get was only enough to go start out somewhere in a small town in Kiambu, just outside of Nairobi. So I went to Kiambu and started wines and spirit shop. And so I would try and sell as much as I can, but business was not picking up. And I joined a lot of women group. We call them chamas in Kenya. Mm-hmm. So I joined a lot of chamas where you do table banking, you do your savings, then you lend money like that. And so one particular time I got to be able to borrow 100,000 shillings. And I overheard some of my chama people say that somebody had borrowed the money and bought a car. I asked, how much does a car cost? And they said, he bought it for 140,000. I said, okay, when I borrow my money, I want you to take me to go buy a car. What? Yeah, so I went, when my money got out, I went and we bought a car. I added 40,000 and we bought a car for 140. And when I drove that car home, I told myself, oh my goodness, this car has to make money for me. Because I mean, I was 24 and I thought I gotta do something. And I was always very hungry. I always wanted more and big, and I felt like I was not reaching my potential during that time. So I talked to a couple of people who used to be distributors outside Nairobi, and I talked to one particular and he said he can show me a route that he takes. So I went with him and he took me around the route, and when I came back I said, I think I can also do it. So I came back, I didn't have money to buy stocks. So I took them on credit and I told the lady who was giving me, I told her, I'll pay you back when I come back. So she gave me the stocks, I put it in my car, and I got somebody who just showed up at my shop and said, I can take you, we go around and try sell. I said, okay, fine, let's go. So he came and he got into the car, we went selling. But by the time we reached the destination that we had hoped we would finish selling, we had not even done a third of what that we had taken. So I said, okay, fine. He said, let's go further. We'll go. So it took us like around a week going around trying to sell and
drive.
Yeah, we drove around around town, went like to the Rift Valley region, and by the time we were coming back it was a week.
Where were you sleeping then?
There are some cheap lodges outside Nairobi. So you sleep there, and we didn't have enough clothes. We came back with dust everywhere. There's dust, like the roads were really bad at that time.
I mean, these houses are pretty beautiful. I never imagined that this is what I'm gonna see in here. You know, because when you told me that real estate, I mean, I've taught a lot of real estate in Africa, but this one stands out. I feel like when women are developers, they do something unique. Let me know now, which means you became a real estate developer in the year
2015, end of the year 2015. I started actually November 2015, November 13th, 2015. That's when I sank the borehole here. I started with a borehole. I mean, we were in the middle of nowhere. We needed water. So I started sinking